Hey guys, Tom Barton from TomBartonSports.com here. We have our Major League Baseball preview coming up here. Yeah, look, Major League Baseball, it may have been delayed. Forget about the labor negotiations. Forget about it all. Just enjoy what we have. It may be a late start, but I am pumped up. It is opening day, and I'm ready to go. Please check me out at TomBartonSports.com, Tom Barton Sports over on Twitter, TomBartonSports@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with me. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. So with that being said, let's get into it. We had a wild offseason. Lots of stuff happened early on. Then we had the delay. Then we don't know where's the big guy's going to go. Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, where would they wind up? And eventually the dust settled, and now we get to take a look at the 2022 season. And, opening day is always the conversation of everyone's got a chance. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not exactly true, but we'll take a look at it all. Look, I know there's going to be some controversial takes. I get it. I'm wearing a Yankee jersey. Normally, I try to be right down the middle. Sometimes I might be a little skewed. I got the Babe Ruth jersey behind me. I get it. You're going to be calling me a homer for some of this stuff, but I will tell you right off the bat, no, I don't have the Yankees winning the World Series, but we'll start with the American League East. Yes, I have the Yankees winning the American League East. Look, the New York Yankees had a offseason that, to me, was like a kid asking for a Red Rifle BB gun for Christmas, right? That's what he wants. He wants the BB gun. That's all he's thinking about. That's all he's concentrating on. Now, he gets a lot of good stuff. Maybe he got a good bike. He got a lot of toys. He got a lot of stuff that he likes, but he's a little disappointed. Well, that's the Yankee fans. They wanted Trevor Story. They expected Carlos Correa. They expected big moves, big-time signings. It wound up not being big-time signings. Josh Donaldson, IKF in the infield. All right, yeah, it wasn't the greatest. But they did a lot of their damage last year. When the Yankees realized they had a problem, they brought in Anthony Rizzo, a left-handed bat, a leader, a really good defensive first baseman. Okay, you bring him in. Now they re-signed him. That's going to help. Joey Gallo didn't look good in a Yankee uniform at all last year, but I think we know from his track record what he's going to be. He's a true three outcome guy. He's going to get on base a lot. He is an outfielder that can play all three outfield positions, has a little bit of speed, and he's going to have pop. I think he hits 40-plus home runs this year. So you have that. Giancarlo Stanton. Aaron Judge had really good years. I think DJ LeMahieu was battling an injury that a lot of people are overlooking all year last year. Luis Severino has a lot coming back. Well, potentially a lot coming back. Jordan Montgomery is turning into that really good number 3 guy. And, you're going to talk about the spider tack. I think Gerrit Cole is still the best pitcher in baseball, at least the best pitcher in the American League. So the Yankees last year, with all their problems, all their worries, they wound up fielding a AAA team for half the year. They still won 92 games. And I think when you look at it, you see some of the tracking numbers, you see some of these sites that all do the estimates. They're going to be right around there again. Now, I have them a little bit better. Vegas set the number at 94.5. And, my buddy Tim said, Tom, what do you think? I like the over. I think they're about 95, 96 win team, but I think that is enough in this division to get the win. But I will say this. I don't think all these teams are going to be separated by that much. Last year, they were separated by 9 total games. This year, it might be less. The number 2 team, look, I know everybody's buying into Toronto. Everybody loves Toronto. I think that they are going to be good, but can we calm down with the Toronto Blue Jays winning the World Series and jumping out? First of all, they're a young team. That's number 1. Second of all, a lot of their massive, incredible, eye-popping hitting stats, well, what happened? Well, they played in Dunedin, Florida, which is basically a minor league ballpark last year. They did that for a lot of the season. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think he's a stud. He's one of my favorite players in baseball. I don't know if he's going to trace the Triple Crown yet again. I think that's a tough thing to ask him to go out there and do. Triple Crown is, one of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of things. He'll have a good year, maybe an even MVP year, but I don't see a Triple Crown. And the big thing for me is this. With everything that went right last year for the Blue Jays, and I like some of the moves they did, they won 91 games. They lost their number 1 8th-inning move guy, you can move him 7th and 8th, but they lost him. That's a security blanket. All right, you go, well, it's a minor league guy. Well, hold on a second. He might be a minor player, but wait a minute. You lost the Cy Young Award winner. Now, I don't think Robbie Ray's repeating that, but you did lose the Cy Young Award winner from a team that won 91 games. Now, unless you think Kevin Gausman's going to come in and give you Cy Young numbers, that has to hurt. So they won 91 last year. I'm going to give them a small boost up, but not to the 96 level that I think that the Yankees are going to have. I'll say 93, 94. I think that's a fair assessment. Same thing with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won 100 games last year. A lot of that was one-run games. A lot of that was close. I think they lose a big bat in the middle of the order Shane Baz going down for about a month or so. That's got to have some kind of impact. They lost a couple of bullpen arms. That's got to have an impact. So again, 100 wins. I'm not saying they fall off the earth, but look, you lose 6-7 games more than you did last year. Now all of a sudden you're at about 93 wins. And then comes the Boston Red Sox. And before you guys sit back and call me a Yankee lover, an anti-Red Sox, the Vegas number is 85.5, and I have them over that. I think Boston wins about 90 games. Last year, Boston won 92. I think they win 90 games, and that's pretty fair. Look, they brought in Trevor Story. That's great. I love Trevor Story. I really do. He's a fantastic player. Devers is great. Bogarts is great. I think they could have MVP runs. I like what Boston did offensively. But if you lose Chris Sale, that's a problem. And they lost their number one guy. They lost Chris Sale, which is a massive issue here, guys. You lose Chris Sale, and all of a sudden, your team looks just drastically different. You can't tell me that this is the same team after losing their ace like that. Who knows how long he's gone for? And then you have Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo Rodriguez is a guy that you turn around and you look at and you say, well, he was an innings eater. No, he might not be a great player, but he was an innings eater, and you lose him as well. So I worry about Boston. Look, I think Boston can go out there and have the same kind of year as last year. 92 wins. Again, not enough to win the division, but I think they're all going to be very close. I did forget about Baltimore because, well, we can kind of forget about Baltimore for the next couple of years. Look, I like Mullins. I like Adlai Rutschman. I like Gunnar Henderson coming up. I think they have Hall and Rodriguez are going to be a good 1-2 bridge there. I even think Mateo might have, 30 steals this year. I think that they could have some interesting stuff. But it's too early. They won 52 games last year. Let's give them a 10-game improvement. They're still losing 100. Let's give them a 15-game improvement, right? They're still into the mid-60s. So not much to talk about Baltimore. Let's go to the Central. It's the White Sox and everybody else. Last year, they won this division by 13 games. I think it's going to be about the same here. Look, I just look at the White Sox, and I think that they are a machine. Lance Lynn going down does hurt, and I had the White Sox to do pretty big things this year. Lance Lynn going down is a problem, but they have plenty of backup there. Lucas Giolito could be an ace if you really squint your eyes, right? I mean, he might be able to take that next step up. Dylan Cease, I know they're not going to pitch him a lot of innings, but he's a really good player. You look at the bullpen, I think it's a little overrated, but it's still very solid. Everyone's looking at Luis Robert. I'm looking at Eloy Jimenez. I like what this White Sox team is. They're going to win this division pretty handedly. Now you look at the next 4 teams, and everyone seems to be on this Detroit bandwagon. Look, I'm there. They won 77 games last year. I love Riley Green, and yeah, he'll be up in about a month. Torkelson is a good player. I like the addition of Meadows. I like what they're doing there, obviously, Javier Baez. Offensively. Pitching-wise, it's a lot of question marks. Tarek Skubal and, Mize, and I do like Eduardo Rodriguez at times. So they have a lot of question marks, but they have a lot of potential. They won 77 games last year. I'm going to be nice here, and I'm going to say, you know what? They could probably win 6-7 more games. Get over 500. That's the first goal. Get over 500. They'll be in a wild card chase in the middle of August. And I think that's what you could hope for Detroit. Now you're moving down the line. Look, I like Kansas City better than most people. I like Kansas City because I like the pedigree of the arms, but I like that they're trying a different style of baseball. They're going to run. Whit Merrifield, Alberto Mondesi, if he can ever stay healthy. These guys are going to run. And then you bring Bobby Witt up. I like that as well. So Kansas City's a team that last year, look, 74 wins. I think they could get to about 80, 82. Maybe they squeeze out a 500 record. Minnesota, I'm a little down on. Look, Carlos Correa, I've said it time and time again. You guys can watch some of my videos where he's just overrated. He's just overrated. And this team still can't pitch, guys. And they're still giving guys away. I mean, on opening day, they went out and they gave away their closer. I don't like what Minnesota's doing with their team. I don't like the makeup of their team. I think they should have went completely young. I do like guys like Kepler. I do like guys like Laurinich. I do like guys, that are coming up like that, even to Brent Rooker. But it's not their time yet. They won 73 games last year. I think they have a small improvement, 78, 79 wins. Sure, maybe. There's going to be a couple of teams here that are chasing that 500 mark. And then you have the Cleveland Indians. Cleveland's got superstar. Don't kid yourself that Ramirez is a top 10 player in the game. Shane Bieber's a top 5 pitcher in the game. They have superstars. Emmanuel Class, top 5 closer in the game. Superstars. And then nothing. That's the problem. There's just no supporting cast for these guys. So I think that they could back their way into 70, 75 wins, but it will be a little bit downturn from the 80 wins that we saw last year, which was surprising considering that Bieber was injured. I don't like a lot of this makeup of this team, even though I like some individual players on this team. All right, guys, let's go to the West, right? In the West, it's been the Houston Astros for years. It's been the Astros division. People are loving the Astros again. Let me say this. Kyle Tucker's absolutely fantastic. He may win the MVP. Since like after May last year, he was just a tremendous best player in baseball. Yordan Alvarez has the kind of power numbers that he might win an MVP. I expect Bregman, if he's healthy, to look really good. And this team is going to have to slug their way to wins. I don't love the bridge to Presley in the bullpen. I don't love their starting rotation. Look, Verlander, what can you say, guys? First ballot Hall of Famer, everything that you want to talk about him, but they're not going to give him 180 innings. Probably not going to let him pitch 6-7 innings into the game. And they may need that from him with a weird kind of rotation that I'm not sure what to make of it. So I don't have the Astros finishing first. And everybody loves Seattle, right? The Pacific Northwest is going to rise. I like Rodriguez. I love the fact that they brought him up. Kelnick, I still think he's going to be a player. Forget about what's going on. I like some of their moves. Suarez still has some power. They got some interesting players on this team. I just don't believe in the pitching staff. Robbie Ray, I don't think it's a Rick Porcello kind of Cy Young take a step back, but it's certainly a take a step back. We're not going to see Robbie Ray in the top 2 or 3 in the Cy Young voting again. And then after him, it gets a little weak. I don't love the bullpen. There's a lot of talent there, but I don't love it. So I'm not sold on Seattle to win this division. My division winner is the Angels. Now, I know they can't pitch, but this might be the most explosive lineup outside of the Dodgers in all of baseball. I mean, you look at this with Trout and Ohtani and Rendon, what they can do. And now you get the new guys. Look, Walsh is still there. Marsh is good. Joe Adell is going to be a massive player in this league that people are overlooking. And I like Syndergaard if he can stay healthy as a 1. I don't mind the depth that they have. I think it's sufficient, okay? It's okay. And I do like the bridge and the closer. So I like the 7, 8, 9 guys, and I like the closer getting there. I think the Angels win this division. Now, I think the Angels win this division with 90, 91 wins. Houston and Seattle are right behind them. Bottom of the barrel, Texas is making some nice strides, but after you win 60 games, even if you make nice strides, it's 70, 75 wins. There's not enough there, specifically pitching-wise. There's just not enough there for me to say, okay, they're going to be a 25 or 30 win improvement team. No, maybe 10, maybe 15. I think good things are for Texas. And where are those wins going to come in? Oakland. Oakland's a disaster. They're a terrible team. They sold everybody. Oakland should win about 60 games this year. They might be that 100-loss team. So in the American League, I told you guys I'm not going to do full Yankee bias here. I have the Chicago White Sox going to the World Series. Now, I feel a little bit iffy about that with Lance Lynn going down. If Lynn was 100% healthy, I'd feel great about it. Can I make a case for the Yankees? I can. Can I make a case for Tampa, Toronto, Boston? Absolutely. Can I make a case for Houston, for Seattle, for the Angels? Yeah, I can. I don't think it's really a good case that's going to be made. To me, it's the White Sox, maybe the Yankees, maybe Tampa, maybe Toronto, and everybody else. But I do see the White Sox emerging. If Lance Lynn is at an extended absence or if this lingers on, he's not exactly the most svelte guy out there, then this could change. But I got the White Sox representing the American League. With that said, let's move to the National League. The Atlanta Braves, not only did they get rid of Freddie Freeman, now they have controversy. Ronald Acuna came out and said he didn't even like Freddie Freeman, and now Dansby Swanson is saying, well, I did, some guys did, and most guys did. This is what happens with championship teams. You expect a step back just because it's hard to repeat. It's hard to repeat for a million reasons. Now, Ronald Acuna didn't start opening day. He's going to be gone for a little while. I mean, he's going to be fine, especially that they have the DH. But what can you expect from Ronald Acuna? I mean, he's not going to run a lot. He'll have great numbers across the board, but his game is going to be a little bit changed. Losing Freddie Freeman on the field, yeah, maybe Matt Olson could put up similar numbers. But off the field, I don't know if Matt Olson could be that guy. And I don't think we're ever going to know. As far as the pitching staff goes, a lot of guys on that staff that probably aren't going to give you 180 or 200 innings, which means you got to rely upon the bullpen, which is a reshuffled bullpen. It looks really good with Smith and Jansen and whatnot, but they've already lost Luke Jackson, who was a major component. I'm not sure about AJ Minter. I don't know if Jansen is going to revert back to what we saw 2 years ago, or does he keep the gains that he made last year? So it's a lot of question marks. I think Atlanta last year, look, they won 88 games and they won the World Series. I think they could win 88 games again here. They're not going to win the World Series, but I think 88 wins for them after losing what they lost and reshuffling their team. I think that's a fair mark. You want to even stretch it to 90? That's okay. Not winning the division in my eyes. And the New York Mets were a team that everybody loved. New York Mets, everybody went out there. Everybody bet them. Oh, man, New York Mets, everything. Well, DeGrom didn't start on opening day. I don't think he's throwing a pitch until in the bigs until July. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm hearing maybe June. But that's a big knock, and we don't know how healthy he's going to be. Max Scherzer, oh, don't worry, it's a small hamstring strain. Well, 37 years old, you miss opening day because of a hamstring strain. consider me worried, right? So the New York Mets are already dinged up. They're already banged up. The New York Mets last year won 77 games, 77 and 85. I think they can flip that. And I don't think that's a slight to the New York Mets saying 85 wins is about where I see them. It's not going to win the division, but I think they'll be in the wild card hunt. Everything falls right. Maybe they win 90. But again, I don't see it enough to win the division. Team I have winning division is the Philadelphia Phillies. I love what they did in the offseason. And besides what they did in the offseason, by the way, just bringing in bat. This is an explosive lineup. Besides that, Wheeler and Nola bounced back 1-2. Aaron Nola's numbers last year, his peripherals looked great. His overall numbers didn't look so good. He's 14-1 to win the Cy Young, and I'm kind of going, yeah, I think he could do it. He's that kind of talent. I like that they remade the bullpen. I don't love anybody to step up in that bullpen, but I think somebody will. So Philadelphia, I'm not asking you to do too much. Win 90 games, I think you win the division, and that's exactly what I think happens here. As far as Miami and the Nationals is Juan Soto and everybody else. I can't imagine that Patrick Corbin starting on opening day makes any Nationals fan feel very good. And the Marlins, look, the Marlins are a team that last year I told you I think could make the playoffs. I really did. I thought they could make that playoff run, and I like some of the pieces they added. Jorge Soler. I like some of the pieces that they have on their team. I'm a big Jazz Chisholm fan. I like their pitching staff. Who doesn't like their pitching staff? But everything has to fall right for them, and they've already had rotation injuries. They've already had injuries to guys that may be later on, Sixto Sanchez. They already had a closer injury in Dylan Floro. They need everything to click to even basically get to 500. And so far, early on, it's already not clicking. It's a bad thing if you're looking at the Marlins. Look, I think that they are a fourth-place team in a pretty good division. Do I think they get to 500? Probably not. They won 67 last year. Let's give them a 10-game improvement to 77, and I think that's a pretty fair estimate. Maybe they get to 80. Maybe they push 81 and get to 500. It'll be a tremendous job done by Don Mattingly. Let's go to the Central. It's Milwaukee and everybody else here for me. And not because I don't like other teams, but because Milwaukee, I think, is just that good. They have the best one in the game. Corbin Burns, before I said Garrett Cole, and I stopped myself. Corbin Burns is the best pitcher in baseball. Woodruff, top 5 pitcher in baseball. Peralta, maybe top 10 pitcher in baseball. I mean, you could have they have easily the best 1. They have easily the best 1-2. They have easily the best 1-2-3 in baseball. Yes, and I'm counting Wheeler and Nola. I'm counting in LA. Yeah, they have the best rotation in baseball. And they have the best 7, 8, 9 guys, especially the 9. Hader is better than anybody else. And Devin Williams setting him up and Suter. I like what Milwaukee did. So you look at the offense. Rowdy Tellez, I think, is better than what he's shown, and I expect bigger things from him. You look at Willy Adames. Willy Adames complained to everybody that the Trop was hurting his eyes. He couldn't really see the ball. Goes to Milwaukee and puts up borderline MVP numbers. Christian Yelich, if you ever get anything back from this guy, oh man, Christian Yelich will take this team and put him on their shoulders and be that guy. Hunter Renfroe is going to hit out 30 bombs. So I like Milwaukee to win this division. I like Milwaukee to win 100 games. That's how high I am on them. St. Louis will come second. St. Louis last year, 90 wins. I think that's fair. I'm a big fan of O'Neill. I'm a big fan of Goldschmidt. Big fan of Arenado. I like it. But you are really hoping and wishing a lot with his pitching staff. First of all, Adam Wainwright, I think he's fantastic. But I can't expect that second year again where he is maybe a Cy Young candidate. I can't expect that. Not at this age. Not where we're looking. Flaherty's banged up already. Behind them, you got a lot of question marks in that rotation. The bullpen, massively talented, flame-throwing arms, guys hitting 100. Oh, yeah, it's great. But I have some questions about their durability as well. So St. Louis, I think 90 wins is a fair assessment. Again, 90 wins in another division might win the division. With Milwaukee in this division, you're going to be behind them. But I think St. Louis could win 90 games plus. Then the rest of the division is almost actively trying to lose. I'll give the Cubs third place here, almost by default. The Cubs last year won 71 games. I think they could win 77, 78. I like the addition of Suzuki. I think Stroman and Hendricks as a 1-2 can be better than people expect. So they're okay. And then the Cincinnati Reds and Pirates, they're almost actively trying to lose. I don't expect Luis Castillo or Brian Reynolds to finish the year on those teams. They're the best players on their teams. Joey Votto would be gone if not for a no-trade clause. So there's going to be a lot of wins to be eaten up by the Milwaukees and St. Louis's of the world. Then we go to the West. Dodgers are winning 100 games in their sleep. I have some problems with the Dodgers. I can tell you right now. I don't think that Walker Buehler is going to go 200 innings. I don't think Clayton Kershaw goes more than 160. I don't think Julio Urias goes more than 160, 170. They don't go deep into games. They have a little bit of bullpen volatility, we can say. Their team dynamic has changed a little bit. I don't love what some of these guys are doing. I'm not going to go out there and call people vegans. like we heard. I could nitpick. But me nitpicking means I don't see them win 110. I only see them winning 100. They'll win this division hands down. Forget about San Francisco. San Fran won 107 games last year. You can't lose a guy like Buster Posey on that pitching staff and Kevin Gausman and expect to all of a sudden just be okay. I think Buster Posey was worth a lot of that. I think a lot of things fell right. Brandon Crawford's not having another career year. Brandon Belt isn't a 30 home run guy for real. Evan Longoria's already banged up. So I worry there about some of that. To me, San Francisco is closer to a 90-win team, which is maybe second place, because San Diego could be that second place team. And I'm up in the air about these two. Tatis going down worries me, but I do like that they're making some moves in San Diego, trying to really become a competitive team, and I think that they are. I think they get over 500 this year. I think that they threaten 90 wins. Now, they're not going to be threatening the Dodgers. Dodgers should win this division pretty handily, but they certainly can threaten San Francisco. Colorado and Arizona. Arizona's not going to win only 52 games. I like some of their pieces. I like Zach Gallen. I think Seth Beer is going to be a player in this league. I really do. Ketel Marte is fantastic. You look, Rojas is pretty good. They're better than 52 wins, but not much better. I mean, the rotation is garbage. And Colorado should only get worse. They won 74 games last year. I don't even know how they did that. They got rid of their number 2 pitcher in John Gray. They got rid of Trevor Story. This is a team that I could see winning 52 games. So overall, guys, look, Philadelphia was a shot. I get it, but I like what they're doing. It's going to come down to Milwaukee and the Dodgers. And the age-old saying, I'm just going with it. And maybe I'm showing my age here. Good pitching beats good hitting. And I really believe that that's the reality here. Milwaukee's pitching staff is just so astronomically good. It is mind-boggling how good they can be. And I'm talking about 1 through 5. I'm talking about Ashby as a 5, They are phenomenal. I love the bullpen with it. I like everything that they're doing. I would love to see Milwaukee and the Dodgers, because I think that that's an absolute clash. I think we could have some big-time battles. And I do think that Milwaukee represents the National League in the World Series. So I have Milwaukee against the Cubs. Against the White Sox in the World Series. And I'll tell you, I didn't think that I was going to get to this point. I didn't. I'm like that meme, I didn't. How did we get here? I didn't think we were going to get here, but I got here. I'm taking Milwaukee Brewers to win it all. I did put some money on them. I like them. Look, I just can't get over the fact that I may be watching the best 1, 2, 3 that I've seen in a decade. I mean, I absolutely love their pitching staff. But not only do I love their pitching staff, I love their bullpen. I love their depth. I love that they could go 6 deep in their staff. So I'm not just talking about the staff that we see right now on paper. I'm talking about the depth, the longevity, what they're going to do, getting to the bullpen. I like how the manager handles it. It's all about pitching for me. Milwaukee Brewers are your champions. All right, let's talk about a little Cy Young. I said Aaron Nola. Look, the reason why I say Aaron Nola is because I don't know who to choose between Corbin Burns and Woodruff. So I'll go Aaron Nola there. I know Walker Buehler is going to be the sexy pick, but I'm going Aaron Nola because I think he bounces back. And if Philly does win, that division, they're going to have to give some attention to him. It might even be his mound mate in Zach Wheeler. But I think I'm going to go with Aaron Nola because it's fun, even though Burns and Woodruff makes a lot of sense. Over in the American League, I think it should be Garrett Cole. I think it absolutely, should I stand on my soapbox right now? It should be Garrett Cole, but I've watched Derek Jeter have an MVP year get stolen from him by Justin Morneau. I watched Miguel Andujar have a better rookie of the year than Shohei Ohtani get that stolen from him. I watched Aaron Judge get his MVP stolen from him from Jose Altuve. Why? Because they're Yankees. And last year, Robbie Ray stole the Cy Young from Garrett Cole. Make no mistake about it. So I think Garrett Cole will be the best pitcher in the American League. Doesn't mean he's going to get the award. Shane Bieber might get that award. Even on a bad team, Shane Bieber he's just massively talented. And if he does get traded, I know Cleveland, hold your ears, but if he does get traded, guys, I mean, his stock could fly up. It's worth taking a shot. So Shane Bieber. As far as MVP goes, look, I'm going crazy. I'm all in on Milwaukee. I can make arguments for Harper coming back and having an MVP season, of course. What about maybe in New York, maybe a Lindor as an MVP season? Everyone's looking at Olsen or Albies or Acuna. Well, I think they kind of cancel each other out. Same thing with Arenado and Goldschmidt, maybe even Tyler O'Neill. Everybody on the Dodgers can win this thing. I'm going Willy Adames. I love the numbers that he had when he went over to Milwaukee. I think if Milwaukee wins the division and they are the best team and they win 100 games, you have to get something from the offense. He seems to be the catalyst of that offense. I like what he does defensively. He's got my crazy long shot to win it. In the American League, everyone's going to talk Ohtani and Vlad. We know that. They're not going away anytime soon. Robert and Eloy, yeah, they could be in the mix. Judge, Stanton certainly can be in the mix. Kyle Tucker, Jordan Alvarez, yeah, I'm throwing them all out there. Seems like every team has 2. But I'm taking Mike Trout. I think this is the Trout resurgence year. I think he hits 50 bombs. I think he comes back and almost hits a triple crown. I can't call for a triple crown, but he could almost get there. Mike Trout shows everyone that he is still the best player on the planet. That's what I'm looking at. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. That is my baseball preview. I am pumped up for opening day. I hope you guys enjoy the season. Don't let the labor negotiations get in your head. Don't let it. No. It's over. It's done. Enjoy your teams. Guys, please go check me out at TomBartonSports.com, over at Tom Barton Sports over on Twitter. And if you like this, please like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos as well. Thank you very much. Have a very good day, everybody.